Hi, Ron. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yay. Okay, very good. Well, it's good to have you here today. I really appreciate you making time to visit with me and talk to me about your chair and about your experience. This is, of course, for my customers and for people that are looking to buy a chair. So this is great. So I'd like to just introduce you. This is Ron Sibila. He is a customer of ours at Now, what is the chair model that you bought?
The iRobotics 7.
iRobotics 7. Okay, so this is a new chair, which is from Luraco, and is a chair that's been going through, that has gone through a tremendous amount of R&D.
I can tell you that I'm not at all dissatisfied. I can't get out of the chair.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. Now, when you got the chair, what were your first impressions?
Well, I had watched quite a few of your YouTubes on installation and how to put the stuff together. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't really quite sure what I was going to get myself into.
Right.
But I was more than pleasantly surprised to see how easy this thing really went together.
That's exactly how I felt about it. I think I put it together in 10 minutes, and I am the most useless handyman that ever was on the earth, and even I could do it in 10 minutes. How did you find the remote, the usability of the remote? Was it fairly easy?
Oh yeah, it's very easy. I sort of bounced it around. I didn't really realize that they had some music samples on there, and I sort of stumbled onto that the other day. And I think I was sitting in the massage chair, and I was actually going through a massage, and I had the remote beside my leg, and my leg must have pushed it on with one of the airbags. I think I must have hit the button, and all of a sudden the music started to play, and I'm thinking, hey, wait a minute, where's that music coming from?
Did you find the little card, the little SD card?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So when you sat in it, what were your first impressions as far as the way it felt or the way it functioned or its usability? What were your first impressions of it, Ron?
I was really amazed. I was truly amazed at how thorough it really felt. It was amazing to see how it sort of measured your body as it goes through the sensing of it. The part that really, I think, really sort of surprised me was that I don't know what you call it, the rotation of the seat.
Oh, yeah.
How it rotates from side to side. It's funny. It rotates you to one side, and then the airbags and the feet push your feet to the other side, and it feels unbelievable.
Awesome.
I'm truly amazed at the airbag technology. I swear, Alan, when you're sitting in that chair and it's running, you feel like you have 4 or 5 people giving you a massage at the same time.
Awesome.
The way it moves up and down your legs, those airbags, is just amazing.
Well, that chair, with the number of airbags that it has, I can't remember the exact number. I think it's like 80 or something. It's got a lot of airbags. But, man, it's a quiet chair. I don't know how many chairs you sat in before, but in my showroom, I'd have to say that's probably the quietest chair we have.
I mean, it's amazing. My wife is setting, because we have a sort of setting right offset from our family room where she's watching TV, and that chair is going on, and you can't even hear it. Yeah. It doesn't interfere with anything. Even when you're sitting in the chair, you don't hear it at all.
What other functions of the chair have you found that you liked?
I definitely love the zero gravity positioning and the way it stretches. I'm an absolute huge fan of stretching. When I went to my massage therapist, every now and then I come across a massage therapist that like to do the stretching, and there's nothing better than having somebody stretch you. Yeah. You can do so much, but when somebody's doing that for you, it's absolutely amazing, and you do feel so good. And this one, I just love it. I'm a big fan of the shiatsu setting on that chair.
Really?
Oh, I just absolutely love that one. It stretches you like twice in 2 different positions that I absolutely love. And the work on the back and the shiatsu is just amazing.
Yeah, I thought it did a great job on the top of my shoulders, that shiatsu program. I felt it was the most vigorous on the shoulder and neck area.
Like I said, I'm a big fan of the leg workouts, and I'm going to focus, just using the manual one, focus on my legs, because that one just... I can't tell you. To me, it's better than having a massage therapist work on my legs. It's just amazing. Just amazing.
Did you know that you could take the pads out from underneath the feet and you can get a more vigorous foot massage, too?
I heard you say that, and I got in it yesterday, and I was going to do that, and I forgot to take the pads off because I was just interested in sitting down. I forgot all about it, but I'm going to try that.
Well, some people like a real mellow foot massage, and when I sat in it, I thought, when I first sat in it, the airbags hadn't turned on. It was just the rollers, and I thought, well, this is pretty light. When the airbags turned on and started pushing my feet on it, it felt better. And I made that comment to the folks at Luraco, and they said, oh, you got to take the pads out. I thought, oh, for heaven's sake. So I took the pads out, and they're easy. They're not attached by Velcro or anything. They're just slid underneath the sheath. What's cool about this chair is you can adjust the low back rollers intensity independent of the neck roller intensity. So you can increase the intensity on the neck up to a 5 and adjust the intensity of the low back down to a 1. You can also adjust the airbag intensity there, but it's very, very easy. And I would maybe recommend you try that with your wife.
Yeah, well, I tried we had a real cold snap here like a week ago, and it was a little chilly. I didn't want to turn the furnace on. I just didn't want to do it yet. It's too early to turn the furnace on. But I sat down in the massage and I turned on the heat setting and I turned the heater on that, and it's like, holy mackerel, that's another nice.
Really warmed you up nice.
Oh yeah, that was really nice.
How often would you say you use the chair?
I'm using it like almost 4 to 5 times a week.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I absolutely love it.
Do you find that it's fitting you? Like you were concerned about the fit. Is it fitting you? Because
Yes.
that chair was designed for a taller and a wider body, and you're finding it fits?
That was the one thing that scared the daylights out of me when ordering a chair, was because the width of the chairs, when I'm buying something because of my size, I'm always looking at that. Mm-hmm. And I looked at that quite a bit when I was doing my research. Uh-huh. And I was so happy when that chair got in here and I sat down, because there's still room for the airbags to expand. And when they expand and they sort of grab hold of you in your hip region or in your shoulders, you're still feeling it. It's not like I'm too wide for it or anything like that. I'm very impressed.
Good.
Very impressed.
Good. Glad to hear it. I get a lot of people inquiring about chairs that'll fit a larger body. It's not like you're not like this rare person that has this concern. It is very common. And so I think people will be happy to know that this chair can accommodate the more husky body.
This chair hits them like spot on.
Good.
It's like the perfect spots. I like it when it goes up, especially on the shiatsu. It starts climbing, and it does that gentle push up into your back like that. And there's one spot, it's like I wait for it to hit it, because as soon as it hits it, it's like, oh, it feels so good. But it does a great job.
Well, I might add again, going back to the manual settings, you can push the manual settings, the button. The manual settings are real easy. They just push the button on there on the area that you want worked on. And if it doesn't quite hit it, there's arrows. You can move the rollers up or down just to where you want it. And that way you can kind of keep it right on that spot and let it work for 5 or 10 minutes or however many minutes. So there is a way to do it so it stays on that area.
The chair has allowed me to feel more relaxed, which allows me to work out a little bit more, and and that's really helping me with my diet program as well, is getting more active and stuff. I think it's helped me with my flexibility a little bit more, because it keeps me a little bit looser. I'll do my workouts and stuff, and then after I come back upstairs and get a shower or whatever, I'll go sit down in a massage chair and let it work some of those muscles that I just worked out and stuff. I think it's really helping with my flexibility, and that sometimes it's supposed to make you really relaxed. I think it also gives me a little bit more energy, because it really sort of works some of those areas.
Right.
And I feel a lot better with that.
When you sat in the chair, did you feel that it was a quality device? Or did you feel like it was cheap or cheaply made? Or did you feel like it was good quality?
Oh, man, to me, there is nothing but quality with that chair. Okay. I mean, I was even from the time I opened the box and I looked at the chair and just the way it was, trying to move the chair out of the box, you knew it was quality just by the way it was, and by the weight of it and how the rollers worked on the underneath side of it. That all points to quality. Okay. And then when you go in to put the arms and stuff on, and you see the way that they're connected and the way the metal is inside the chair and stuff like that, I think that was one of the things that really drew it, with that also being quite a bit of American made.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me too.
Yeah.
And just having that, you really saw the quality.
So yeah, it is a quality machine, and I'm glad to hear that you felt that it was quality.
Oh yeah, and then that's, you look at the interior of it, but then you look at the exterior of it and the leather that's on that chair and everything else.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Very well made.
What
Very
color
well
did you
made.
get?
Brown.
The brown. Yeah, I got the brown one
Yeah.
too. It's a nice chair. And one thing that they pointed out to me, I didn't really think about it when I see it because I see massage chairs every day. They said that their design was meant to be a little bit more simplistic, nothing too fancy, maybe look more like a regular recliner. And I would have to say it probably is like that. It's a more simplistic design, nothing too like funky or space age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's very simple looking.
Yeah.
Very, and setting where it sets in my house, it's another piece of furniture that's setting in an area that doesn't really have a lot of furniture.
Right.
And it looks very much in place there.
Yeah. Well, Ron, you've been delightful. I really appreciate your time, and your insights are fantastic. And this is really our first review, I think, on the with the iRobotics, or iRobotics 7. So this is really helpful, and I think it'll serve greatly in helping others make their decision about whether to consider that chair or not. So I'm really grateful for your input today.
Well, you're more than welcome, sir, and I appreciate everything you've done.